So how and why did you start to work in the medical cannabis field?
I was, that's like 22 years ago. In '96, one of my friends actually was involved in a car accident, and he was tetraplegic. After that, he had to rely on a wheelchair, and during his time in rehabilitation, he saw that other people were actually consuming cannabis in all kind of different forms, like cookies or joints, and he said like it does have a positive effect. But because he was still working as a scientist in the Paul-Ehrlich Institute, he said like it's very, very difficult to control, and he would like to have the effects of the cannabis without having to go down an illegal path, and he would like to have something that is better to control in order for him to still can work as a scientist. The idea for THC Farmer was because by the law, we were not allowed to do a simple extract, and we saw that dronabinol, the main active compound, was about to be rescheduled. We applied for a license to do dronabinol in a semi-synthetic process. Okay. And in '98 already, we started to sell the first dronabinol products as magistral preparations to pharmacies. So the pharmacist actually takes the compound and then converts it into oily drops of like 2.5 or 5%, for example, on capsules of 2.5 or 5 milligrams. And that's what we've been doing since '98. We've been supplying dronabinol and lately CBD under GMP guidelines to approximately now 40 to 50,000 patients over the last 20 years.
So how is the state of medical cannabis in Germany?
We have reimbursement for cannabinoids in pharmaceutical form, like dronabinol or Sativex from GW. Yeah. And we have reimbursement for a small portion of people, maybe like 15 or 20%, for cannabis floors who are allowed to smoke. We have very good experience with low dosage of THC. So our patients, more than 90% of our patients live on a monthly dosage of like something between 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams a month, which means that they use during a month more or less the same equivalent that people in Canada or in the US smoke per day. Which is interesting. Now in Germany we have a new law as of March 2017, and the law says that insurance have to reimburse unless they can clearly demonstrate that it's not of any benefit.
And what about the side effects of dronabinol? We have some patients, they prefer flowers, for example, instead of dronabinol.
I think dronabinol is not the one answer, just as much as not Sativex is a particular, it's like the one answer. I think you do have side effects. With the low dosage that we use, we hardly see any side effects. I mean, we have, for example, a program that is going to publish a review of 300 patients in pediatric care with a low dosage of like something like 0.1 to 0.5 milligram per kilogram body weight for children, and over 300 children involved, and they practically do not see any side effects. So we see sometimes more side effects when people have milder symptoms. But usually the side effects come with if you do not titrate it properly, then you get side effects. If you titrate it slowly, then we hardly see any side effects.
So in Germany today, if you go to the pharmacy, you can find what type of medical cannabis forms to sell?
It's like you have right now. It's like you have you can get dronabinol as to inhale, to use it in capsules or in oil. You have Sativex there, it's like, and then you have, I think, 8 different companies supplying cannabis flowers to the German market. and that is in terms of patients, that's maybe like 15 to 20% of the patients.
Do you want to leave a message before you leave?
I think what we really would need and what I would really like to have is something like states, countries, or maybe the World Health Organization is like recognizing that cannabis is a very important medical option,
Mm-hmm.
that still a lot of more research needs to be done, and that there is probably state money actually coming in to do research rather than giving this all to private companies. We need to have like more investment from the state, for research projects which are not looking at short-term, market capitalization or share value for individual companies. They look at creating something that is just much bigger and that is going to benefit everyone within the society. I think that would be something I would love to see. I'm not quite sure when that's gonna happen, given the way, but this is something I would really appreciate.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. Wow,
Okay.
thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
pleasure.
Pleasure.